Hi everybody, how are you? And thanks for being here. Yes, I quit on myself. I took that picture about 4 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, and actually Bill took it. We take a whole bunch of pictures with expressions, and then I have a little, a little arsenal of pictures to make my thumbnails. Anyway, yeah, I quit on myself. Intermittent fasting. So many of you have mentioned it here and there. Lady, how are you doing on your intermittent fasting? What's happening? What's going on? Well, sometimes when things don't quite turn out the way we like them to turn out, or we hope that they do, we kind of avoid having a conversation about them. But anyway, time to come clean and share with you. Well, first of all, my incredible intermittent fasting journey, and how I kind of tripped myself up, and and why on earth would I quit when I had all these incredible changes in my body? Okay, just 1 minute. One second. All my regular subscribers, thanks you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Anytime you click on my video and come and hang out with me for a bit. So thanks for being here, and I hope you've all been well. If you're new to my channel, you just happen to click on it, thank you for doing that, and I'll give you a little bit of a landmark and an intro here. My name is Liedy. I'm 74 years old. I live just outside of Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So a landmark would be if you are in Seattle, Washington, you drive 2.5 hours north, and you come to the Canadian border, and voila, we're 30 minutes away. Okay, thank you for being here. I hope you'll consider staying. So what's happened to me? Well, when I started intermittent fasting, it really wasn't about weight loss for me. It was about aging well and healthy. And I really, truly believe that intermittent fasting can turn the clock back. That and a great mindset for sure. And I am so annoyed with myself that I literally fell off the wagon. Not right off, but yeah, I kind of been dragging myself behind the wagon. And so over time, with a few of you saying, Lee, what's happening? What are you doing? How's the intermittent fasting going? So that was really good, because you just kind of jerked my chain there. And so I went, yeah, what are you doing, by the way? Probably the best I have felt in, I don't know how many years. And I decided to sabotage myself. Like I said, I have 1,000 excuses, though, if you want to hear them. I got 1,000 of them. Like anything else that I decide that I'm just going to go by the wayside, I have 1,000 excuses, but none of them count. The great thing, I think, about when we fail, get back up, and you say, well, learn from my mistakes, and I'm going to carry on. And I really feel that way, because this is not a diet. Intermittent fasting is not a diet. It's a lifestyle change. And when I decided to do it, I was very aware of that. And I must admit, it was quite an initial change. But this last time when I did it, I had so many successes. I had a lot of things that were happening to my body that I didn't like. I'll put the playlist at the very end, so you can check into what some of the things that happened. And of course, I researched them not from creators like myself. I listened to doctors that specialize. It's their thing. Like, don't get your information from the wrong people. I'm just sharing my experience, and I'm thinking maybe I might motivate a few of you to say, maybe I should look into it. Inflammation is huge, and I have a lot of it. Osteoarthritis. I've had one knee done twice. I've had a hip replacement, and they'd love to get their hands on the other joints in my body, but I'm not going there. And because when this last bout, up until like 4 months ago, I was feeling so good. My mobility was coming back. I started back into my lifting weights. Everything was going really well. I found that my skin was getting more taut. And okay, this is embarrassing, but I'm going to share it with you because I think a lot of women have this, as we age, or, you know, I don't know if it's age, you know, if it's just aging women that get this, but I've always had a really flat tummy, like never really had much of a tummy. And size 16 is the biggest I have ever been in my whole life, ever. And so I like the size rather than the scale number. And so 16 is the biggest I've ever been. And I noticed a couple of years ago, maybe a little bit more than a couple of years ago, that I was getting, I just found out what this is called, an apron. Like, not my tummy up here, but lower down, I was getting that extra little like skin pouch hanging there. And it just kind of blew me away, because I thought, well, it's not like I was bigger there because I had that pouch. I was never bigger beyond that. And so I'm thinking it's just skin and elasticity, or I don't know what was going on. But anyway, I didn't like it, because if you were wearing, and I tend, you know, like your blue jeans or something, for me personally, I didn't like that extra little underneath. But you know what? When up until about 4.5 months ago, that was going away. Like, I mean, how does that happen? I don't know. I wasn't doing sit-ups. I wasn't doing anything like that. It was going away and I believe it was from the intermittent fasting. Everything that was happening inside of my body was taking care of things. Intermittent fasting is like, it takes care of everything. It increases your vascular system, your muscles, your bones, and your skin. Now, there's one thing I didn't do. I did the 16 hours of no eating, of fasting, an 8-hour window to eat. I really juggled my times around, but apparently you can, as long as you get it in somewhere. But I think that the 12 to 8 is the best for me for my lifestyle. So that's what I went with, but I did change it for the summer, and I think that's where I lost it. Because then it was, oh, well, it's just a glass of wine and a few appies, and 10 o'clock I'm still doing it, and I started getting further and further away from my 8-hour window, and that's what kind of blew up in my face. But I need to get back to it, and I am back to it. Like I say, a lot of really, really positive things happened to my body. I did lose 20 pounds, which was great. At the time, most of it seemed to have come off my face and off of my arms. And I was getting a nice shape again. Well, here, yeah, that shape. And now, just in 4 months, I'm starting to square off. I don't have a picture. Believe me, it's, why would I? Yeah. That shape is not quite like that anymore. It's more like this. So I want to get back to it. But more than anything, it's about being healthy. But then, you know what? As we age, we want to look good, the best that we can. Why shouldn't we? Remember, we said age is an attitude, and we still have lots of dreams and lots of things that we want to do. So being healthy is really, really quite important, I would think. It would be the ultimate that we can have in our aging process. So for those of you that asked, I struggled the last 4 months. I just let it go. And it's a lifestyle, and I need to just say this is my lifestyle, and I need to just be selfish and make sure I do it for me. And it's, you know, we'll figure it out, but we'll figure it out. But you know what? It's the best I have ever felt. I'm going to put a link down below to Mark Hyman, Dr. Mark Hyman. He is a doctor. This is what he does. He researches the same as Jason Fung. I've read his books. I don't get my information from creators that are like myself, that are advising me what to do or not do. I really do go to the professionals to do it. I had a conversation with my doctor about doing it. That's really, really important. Please make sure you get, if you're thinking of doing this, you get your information from the right source. Now, I like Mark Hyman because he really addresses a lot of things that I believe that some of us, as we age, are things that we're confronted with or that we're looking at. Diabetes, Alzheimer's, inflammation is huge. So I love that he addresses some of those things, because it makes it a little bit more personal, and you go, okay, those are things that, you know, I feel I might be looking at, or these things are, you know, these are I do have diabetes. I don't personally, but you might say I have it. So what could I do better or different? So it's good to get that information and then take that to your doctor and see if you can have a conversation about it. But I can't tell you how good I felt. And yeah, that's done now. I'm back on board. I am not, if I lost another 10 pounds, that would be great. That'd be good with me. I'm no shrinking flower, you guys. I'm from the Netherlands. Tallest women, tallest men in the world are from the Netherlands. So I'm tall. I shrunk. I used to be 5'9". Now I'm 5'8". So I'm never going to be that demure little girl. But you know what? I can look pretty darn good, even being 5'8" and in a size 16. You know, it's like, So if you're kind of feeling like, you know, you're just not feeling it because you're aging and you're concerned about your health, this is something you might want to look into, because I'm telling you, the last 4 months, I have felt myself going downhill. I have felt the change in my body and my health. So that is a very, very motivating reason for me to get back to a lifestyle that I know I can live with. I've done it and I felt fabulous doing it. So no excuses. We forgive ourselves. Back on the horse, do it again. Anyway, so that's it. Now you got your update about intermittent fasting. And like I say, if you're aging like me, you know, isn't that great? We get to be older. I would definitely look into it. It's a lifestyle change. It's not a diet. Thanks for being here, you guys. And remember, there is no future in our past. So take all the great lessons, all the wonderful memories, and look towards the future. Thanks for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.